What's up, guys? I've always been a big advocate, as you know, for taking care of yourself, being really healthy. And today I want to talk about the lengths that we go to, myself, my wife, to make sure that we're healthy, we're fit, we're happy. And one of the things over the last couple of years, well, that's more like a decade, that I've started doing is ice baths. And fortunately for me, we live right by the ocean, so I can just head down to the ocean. The temperature here is pretty much on point with what an ice bath is supposed to be, so I can just make my way down there. Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to go and get ourselves, or I'm going to go get myself, a metal tub, a metal galvanized tub, so I can sit in this thing in my backyard, actually do a little bit of contrast work, because I'll be able to go in my hot tub, and it'll be just so much more fun. I think I'll be so much more motivated to actually make this happen.
So if you don't know this about Gabriel, he's a bit of a wuss when it comes to ice bathing. And unlike me, I literally we'll just go in the ocean, walk right in, spend about 7 minutes up to my neck and jawline here, doing like some breath work. I love doing Wim Hof breathing. So I actually get Gabriel to do a little bit more of the biohacking stuff. He doesn't always like to incorporate new things into his routine, but I do kind of challenge him and say, hey, you should do this and that for enhancing your recovery. And at the same time, you're also going to start to age well and look better in the process. And if you haven't followed me yet, be sure to check out my YouTube channel at Rachel Varga Official and 2 podcasts, the Rachel Varga podcast, Beauty and the Biohacker podcast, where I actually interview some of the biggest names in health, wellness, and biohacking, including people like Dave Asprey from Bulletproof. He's been on the show. I've been on Bulletproof Radio also.
We're almost at the store, guys. We're going to get out. We're going to get masked up, do all the stuff that we have to do to get inside. Hopefully they have what we're looking for. I don't really know what size is going to be best when it comes to these tubs. All right, guys, look at the selection of possible tubs we have. I think we'll either go for this one or this one. Both are looking pretty darn good. I've seen so many pro athletes who have these. Just fill them up with some cold water. This one feels a little narrow, but I can get some good length. And this one here. Oh yeah, sit there with my arms out if I wanted, or I can get really low and get the water right up to there. And this will be perfect. And I'm gonna be able to do the contrast baths, which is just so cool. I don't even know how much this is, but I can tell you it's a whole lot cheaper than getting yourself to a cryotherapy chamber every week. Maybe a couple $100. Stick it right in the backyard, and maybe it'll motivate me to just stay extra healthy. It's always so much harder going to the ocean. You go to the ocean, you got to drive all the way down. You get to the ocean, you got to make your way back. You're cold. This one here, I'm going to be able to jump in, jump back out, head inside, get really warm. It's going to be perfect. Let's see if I can actually lift this sucker, get it to the register. Oh yeah, nice and light too. Woo. All right, guys, there we go. That took some effort. I got it in my wife's Jeep. It didn't fit in that easy, and we're like that much space left. So halfway to getting it home now. In terms of ice baths, there's a lot of controversy on whether they're actually beneficial, whether they're not. I think it's like a lot of things in recovery. Do you believe it's beneficial or not? And since I feel like it's really helpful, that's all that matters. But the main thing is, how long should you be in? How frequently should you go in? Is there any downsides? So frequency wise, if I'm deep in fight camp, I feel like 2 times a week is super ideal. Staying in from 5 to 10 minutes is a must. You don't need to go over 10 minutes because you're going to start shaking too much. So keeping it under 10 minutes is really ideal, but over 5 minutes is definitely necessary. Temperature wise, you want something under 12 degrees. And I'd say the negative aspects that I've heard about ice baths are basically if you do it right after a muscle building workout, apparently it will decrease the amount of muscle that you will build.
And the way that I'll try and monitor my time in the ocean, because you start to freaking shake and get super cold, I'll either have Gabriel or say one of my girlfriends put a song on maybe for me to listen to, and also put a timer on. But then sometimes we get in the ocean and it's like I can't even get in because my feet are just hurting so bad from the cold water. So it's kind of different time.
It's so funny how it ranges every time, right? Sometimes it's so easy to get in, and then other times, like you said, I creep in, like a little toe and then a foot, and and then 30 seconds later I'll get my calf in, and yeah, you just never know how easy or hard it's going to be. But it's definitely, in terms of even mental fortitude, like you talked about before,
Yeah.
it's definitely a mental fortitude building aspect. And I've heard a lot of people who say if they've been doing it for years, it becomes so much easier.
Yeah.
I've never noticed that, but I've heard a lot of people say that it gets much easier to get in. So something to keep in mind. It hurts at first, it might get easier for you. All right, guys, got this back to the property. Now I just got to get it down. It's a pretty decent sized property here, so we're going on a trek. I want it up by the greenhouse, probably right beside the hot tub for a quick transition from warm to cold, I think. All right, guys, I think that's going to be the spot for now. Right beside the hot tub, easy access. Just going to fill it up with cold water. I think I'll get my brother to help me make a cover to go over top. And then we'll have quick access to there. I can just pop back and forward. I think I'll probably try and go minute transitions. 1 minute in cold, 1 minute in hot. Back and forward we go. The main takeaway from the episode, guys, is if you want to be fit and healthy, you have to do extra things sometimes. They cost a little bit of money, they take a little bit of extra effort, but I think this will make a big difference in how I feel and how I'm able to recover. If you guys enjoyed today's vlog, you want to see more of what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, throw it down in the comments below. Give the video a like if you had fun. Get subscribed if you have not. Train hard, guys, and I'll see you back here soon for another video.